here be monsters again. Doing what I do. This is what I'm about. This is how I am. This is my channel. This is what I do. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to talk about Mr. MrDarkZodiak. He's on Blog TV. I'm not sure if he's over here, but I know he's on Blog TV. And the reason why I know he's on Blog TV is because I just had a long discussion with him. We were talking about, Von Helton again. Y'all know, back on the Von Helton thing. I know. I'm sorry, but I wanted to do a video on this just to let people know, just to give them an idea of what actually happened. I thought people would be interested in knowing. Basically, of course, they were recording Von Helton's. Well, not recording. They were simulcasting Von Helton's show in Secular Opinions Room, just listening to the audio, which they do. It's not illegal, not against the law. They can listen. A lot of people want to listen there without actually going into Von's room. That's okay, I guess. I mean, I would think that you would probably want to get that person's permission first, just to be polite, But it is what it is. Okay, I'm not really touching on that. I'm not attacking Secular Opinion for simulcasting the show, because Secular Opinion, he does things. He's annoyed, but we had a nice discussion on his show. I actually co-hosted on there, and he explained to me why he kind of goes against Von Helton. He got angry with him once because he was kicked out of a room, and the two have kind of been at each other's throats ever since. But I really want to touch upon Mr. MrDarkZodiak, and the reason why I want to touch upon him is because I actually had a discussion with him in the chat, not a face-to-face discussion or a cam-to-cam discussion, just chatting in the actual chat. I was actually in the room for quite some time, actually. I actually used a false username, of course, a different username, one that would make them think that I was on their side. I used the username Von Teeth. Figured it's something stupid they'd come up with. It took me a whole half a second to think it up as I typed it in. Type your nickname to chat. I typed it in and went, and they bit. They fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. They were talking to me, being all cool with me. And of course, Mr. MrDarkZodiak kept saying, I brought up the guy in a ski mask myself. I brought myself up. I said, who's that freak in a ski mask? And I made some lewd comments and disgusting comments because I wanted to act like them. I made comments that were, well, I'm not going to repeat them on here because that's not what this channel's about. But basically, I made some really nasty comments about myself and about Von Helton in order to see how I could get these people to open up. I try to get them to open up and show their true colors, to make them feel comfortable with me, and they did. Mr. MrDarkZodiak, before the conversation was over, actually very shortly into the conversation, I made a comment. So who's the freak in the ski mask that's siding with Von? I'll put it that way. I put it a different way, but anyway. And of course, Mr. MrDarkZodiak went all off. Basically, saying that, oh, he'd like to know where that Here Be Monsters guy lives. Said that they got my docs. I asked him as the Von Teeth guy, as the troll, as I was pretending to be a troll. I asked him, well, what's this guy's name? I'd like to know what his name is. They're like, John. Well, first off, my Skype username is Eric. The username that I have over here is Here Be Monsters, of course, but I have my name listed as Alex. And they thought my name was John. So they didn't even bother to look at any of the profiles. Even Von Helton thinks my name's Eric. Well, he knows my name's not Eric because I told him. But he calls me Eric when I'm on Skype with him, or if I co-host or anything like that, he calls me Eric. And I'm surprised these people weren't even swift enough to actually catch on that, hey, this guy's calling Here Be Monsters Eric. They didn't catch on to that. They're not too swift. So as I went further into that and discussed, I was like, so, Mr. MrDarkZodiak, my comment was, why do you want this guy's address? What are you going to do, rub him out? And he just put period. So he didn't say that he wanted to kill me, but he definitely implied it. So I don't care. Obviously, up to this point, he had no idea who I was. He had no idea that he was even talking to me. So he's obviously not too swift or bright, is he? So we got a little bit further in, and then he was saying that, you know, I made a comment. He said Variable Side X, the same guy as Here Be Monsters. I was like, oh, the gun guy, the guy with the guns on there, the guy who has the firearms reviews and stuff. And he was like, yeah, guns are for quote unquote pussies, and all that. And he said, will people, you know, kill people with their hands and things like that. And of course, then I was like, well, you know, I'd rather be a live pussy than a dead badass. And that was a hint. I dropped that hint. I dropped that cue to him because I had actually said that when I was on cam in Von Helton's blog TV show. Because somebody came on there and said the exact same thing. Said guns are for pussies. So I'm thinking, you know, okay, they know who I am now because I just revealed myself, and that was my intent. I just kind of drop the bomb there, let them know who I was. And they still didn't get it. They kept going, saying, oh well, yeah. He's like, yeah, well, you should kill people with your hands, you know, or put a bomb in their mailbox. I mean, that's what DarkZodiak was saying. He specifically made a comment about putting an explosive in someone's mailbox. Did not say who, did not imply whether it was either Here Be Monsters' mailbox or Von Helton's mailbox. But he did make an implication. He did imply his intent to put a bomb in somebody's mailbox. Even if he wasn't serious, even if he was just joking around or being stupid. That was recorded. I don't plan on reporting you, Mr. DarkZodiak. I just want to throw that out there for you. I'm not going to go and snitch on you and say, oh, well, you're threatening to put bombs in people's mailboxes. But, you know, if something does occur, I mean, I've saved that information to say, well, this individual did talk about doing things like that. So we got further into the chat, and he was talking about, oh, you should be able to sneak up on people and kill them by stealth. He's like, you know, I'm that good. I was like, well, if you were that good, you would know who you were talking to right now. And he was like, you don't even know who you're talking to. I was like, yeah, okay. Well, guess my name. And he wouldn't. I was like, well, that's fine. I already got what I need. I'm going to go ahead and leave. And I went ahead and left the room. But I thought that was really interesting that he was making comments about putting explosives in people's mailboxes. Trying to use that fear tactic, you know, trying to scare people. Thinking that he's amongst his friends. Thinking that I'm his friend. Which I most certainly am not. I just wanted to go in and see how they talk amongst themselves when there's no opposition in the room, when they're pretty comfortable, when they're in their comfort zone and they know that nobody's recording them, they think nobody's recording them, or they're around people that they trust. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. You know, even making a comment about putting a bomb in someone's mailbox, it's kind of like shouting bomb on a plane or fire in a movie theater. Not as far as the general public's concerned, but as far as the federal government and the federal authorities are, that kind of sends up a red flag. For one, you're talking about using an explosive device to kill someone, you moron. And second, you're talking about planting that device on government property. You are really, really stupid. You are really, really stupid. I'm sorry. There's no other way to put it. I mean, you basically went on and was talking about doing these things to someone you didn't even know. And then, of course, after I revealed that I wasn't who they thought that I was, I didn't give my name. I didn't say, oh, this is Here Be Monsters, by the way. I didn't say that. I left them to think about that, just to wonder amongst themselves and to chat amongst themselves after that. But they had no idea, and I dropped so many hints it wasn't funny. I mean, I was like, well, whatever. If they want to try to come for me, I did mention on there though. I was like, yeah, by the way, Here Be Monsters on YouTube is Alex. Here Be Monsters on Skype is Eric, because Von Houten calls him Eric. You guys are saying that he's John. I mean, are you? They didn't catch on to that either. Like, you know, open your eyes, go out and look around a little bit. Go to the guy's page, try to get some information on him or something. I mean, hell, I found out who George Bush Pimps was. I found out what his real name was because he had a Facebook link on his damn YouTube page. I mean, if you're going to go online doing these things, don't put a link to your Facebook on your YouTube page, please. But anyway, there are ways to find who people are. Well, there are ways to find amateurs. I mean, someone like myself, you're not going to get my real name. You can try. You can. And I think it's funny that you're trying, and it's good that you're trying. It's good that you're trying something new. That you're trying something new. That you're trying to move up in the world or try to expand your intelligence a little bit. But you don't really want to work for it. You just kind of want to have everything handed to you. You want to kill me. MrDarkZodiak wants to kill me. He told me, not knowing it was me. Apparently he wants to kill Von Houten too. That's just the type of person he is. And just to let you guys know what type of person he is if you see him around. Oh, I saved the chat log. I do have it, so. Yeah. Not as good as he says he is, as far as being able to approach people by stealth when he's talking to the very person or one of the very people that he's threatening through a guest account on Blog TV. I mean, that was an easy way to go in there and... I mean, that was so easy to do. That's ridiculous. I really expected it to be more difficult. I figured you guys would be a little bit sharper than that, at least. Apparently I was wrong. But I'm proven right once again. That most of the people who are doing these type of things are complete morons. I don't know what else to say about it other than logical statements too, but MrDarkZodiak is an idiot. I mean, how stupid can you be? This is YouTube, and here be monsters. Have a good night.